order to keep bay traffic flowing smoothly, please follow standard operating procedures and request docking permission before entering the starport. Ensure you have received authorization before entering the docking bay. If you don't have access permission, please exit the facility immediately. This is a flight regulation announcement. Please proceed to land on your assigned pad in a timely manner and refrain from obstructing other docking areas. We'd like to remind all commanders to avoid blocking access to docking systems during arrival and departure. And thanks for choosing this facility. This is an important announcement. Security surveillance is in effect at this facility at all times. Acts of aggression will be met with an appropriate response. This is a flight regulations reminder. Please do not obstruct the access corridor during arrival or departure. Thank you, and enjoy your stay. If you're unable to complete docking procedures within the time slot, you will need to exit the bay and resubmit a docking request. This is a message to all commanders. Please reduce your speed while maneuvering your ship inside the docking bay. Behaving in and around the starport is not acceptable. Thank you for your cooperation. In order to keep bay traffic flowing smoothly, please follow standard operating procedures and request docking permission before entering the starport. We advise that all commanders be aware of their speed while in and around the starport. Thank you for your cooperation. This facility offers a range of services. Check your information panel after docking for more details. Access to docking facilities requires flight control authorization. Please submit a request before entering the docking bay. Services at this starport are constantly being updated. Remember to visit every time the docking is This is a flight regulations reminder. Please do not obstruct the access corridor during arrival or departure. Thank you, and enjoy your stay. This is an important announcement. Security surveillance is in effect at this facility at all times. Acts of aggression will be met with an appropriate response. Ensure you have received authorization before entering the docking bay. If you don't have access permission, please exit the facility immediately. This facility offers a range of services. Check your information panel after docking for more details. We advise that all commanders be aware of their speed while in and around the starport. Thank you for your cooperation. We'd like to remind all commanders to avoid blocking access to docking systems during arrival and departure. Please align to your assigned pad
All right, folks. It's been a long week. I think we're ready to get started. Luna Alves, hello. If I didn't miss you while I was getting my tea. Chester, hush, buddy. All right. There we are. Oh, that's right. This solar system. This freaking place. All right, what planet are we around? B3A? And the dog is having a fit. Chester, you gotta chill, bro.
Welcome back, Commander. All onboard components have passed system checks.
Alright. We got some stuff on this planet. Alright, we want to look for that for Texas first anyways. That works for me.
Orbital navigation system online.
I had forgotten all about this planet in the last couple days off.
Orbital navigation guidance system online. Intelligent thrusters initiating. Done.
Clear my mail. Oops, that is a color of red. Power to systems. Landing gear.
The landing gear is down and locked.
Verity will not respond unless it is to respond with Verity will not respond.
Right, Verity's being sassy already today. That's our Cactoida. Easily excitable canines. Ooh, what are you? That was what I wanted on this planet. Commander. Oh, is he here? Configures now. This is my first and last trip to Beagle Point. Yeah, Beagle Point's not that exciting once you've been there. Now, back in the day when it was actually harder to get to the Beagle Point, it was actually relatively cool because you could very easily get screwed and die out there in the abyss. But increased jump ranges, carriers, overpowered ass ships like the or overpowered ass builds like I have on the Mandalays and the Caspians these days kind of negate the danger of Beagle Point to a certain extent. Come on now. Let's go up above it. I'm interested to see where they're going for the next waypoint. Because Beagle Point was the end point for Distant Worlds 2. Well, that's a little concerning. That was wing antenna clipped into the ground. Oh, that's going to be just too close together. Oh, we can get to some of that. Let me discover. I guarantee there's discoverable systems out there. That's where the Caspian's long-range nonsense works against the way exploration should be done. That's why I don't classify it as an exploration ship. It's a long-range, like, route hauler, basically, or route runner. If you're trying to find discoverable stuff, you should be on economic route, minimum jump distances. Now out here, it's not as important as it is near like Sagittarius A and other sectors where there's a lot of stars, but you're still going to miss stuff. Alright. That was the good stuff off this planet. Alright, what planet is this that we have targeted right now? That's Tomasky. Well, how far are we from Beagle Point in a straight line? $143 jumps. Alright, let's see if we can do it. Powered engines.
Power diverted to engines.
Go to the area and jump. There we go. So 143 jumps, huh? We could do that.
Selecting next destination.
Good boy, Chester. Oh yeah, well I mean with Beagle Point you're looking back and seeing the whole galaxy behind you. The first time I went to Beagle Point, I had a ship that could barely make the jump out there. And like I said, these days it's like Mount Everest is in real life. It's a tourist attraction that you can really get to with almost no problem.
Locking next star system. Maximum velocity.
I'm pretty interested to see what FDev's got in store for us next week on Monday. Clearly we've got a new ship being revealed, but I also want some updates about operations and the general roadmap for 2026.
Jumping to next system. Hyperspace velocity reached.
I might stop at Simitis Beacon or hit it on the way out of Beagle Point, but we're probably not going to be hitting up any more major points of interest on the way out here because I've seen these points of interest before. And while they're cool, I've also been here before. Honestly, one of the only reasons I am going all the way to Beagle Point is because that's where the fleet's leaving from. I don't want to end up with like some massive 19,000 light year cord to cut across their course.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now. Interstellar travel mode engaging now.
I think any pilot sticking aside we're at the Beagle's Point board? Yeah, it's been done. It is 100% been done. In fact,
Leaving system.
there's several people on, or several commanders on this expedition that are doing just that. And there's a whole lot of people who are doing what they call raw running, which they could have come up with a much better name, but are bringing stock ships out here, just period. But yeah, I know that Sidewinders have made it to Beagle Point.
Okay, executing now. Hyperspace, checking
The
systems
Cremo
now.
310
Complete.
07. Good evening, Commander. Welcome, welcome. We are traveling today. That's one of the reasons I tend to lag behind the expedition a little bit, is because for some of these, there's not a whole lot to do when you get here. I mean, they are doing the excursion over to Salome's Reach tomorrow, which...
Adjusting for jump. Jumping to light speed.
Which should be pretty interesting. That's an interesting, interesting system. I think they have a mining event cooking too, but yeah, there's a mining event. And a 34-kilometer SRV race.
Preparing for jump. Ship now engaged.
Let's cover your weekly carrier upkeep. Yeah, me too. My Type 11 is actually on the Odysseus. Just that I'm not on the Odysseus. Oh, 07 well today. I actually have a small fleet on the Odysseus. I've got... What do I have on that ship?
Readying for system jump now.
I've got my Prospector, my Type 8, my Cobra Mark 5, my Panther Clipper, and my Caspian, all on the Odysseus. I might use the Type 11 and the Type 8, or the Clipper for some stuff if I ever catch up with the fleet, but I doubt the Caspian will see any use. Well, today, what mistake have you made? To be honest, I kind of brought the Caspian along as a joke. Bringing a worthless exploration ship on an exploration expedition just seems funny to me.
Stand by. Ship now engaged. No anomalies detected.
Ah, Pillar of Krista. That was my second choice, but I figured I would stay on the pace ship. Although you definitely have to make sure you stay out of open play when you dock with Odysseus, since Distant Ganks is always with it. so many more jumps to go.
Navigation for next system.
I left my fleet carrier that was located in deep space using the escape pod system. I know where this is going already. Yep. How far away from your carrier are you? Ragnarokly, hello. Well, today, where is your carrier?
Entry guidance computations complete.
It's 22,000 light years. It's 22,000 light years towards where, though? The carrier's out past Colonia. Well, buy an asp, strip it down to minimum weight so you get a decent jump range.
Vectors.
Catch a ride on a carrier headed to Colonia, and then go from there. I'm assuming that thing is dead on fuel, unless you can actually transfer from your hold normally, or in person.
Course adjustment. Maximum velocity engaged. Yeah, your best bet's to strip a ASP or a DBX. Hitch a ride on a carrier headed to Colonia, and then take your go from there on your last steps. It's the most efficient way you're going to get out there. I would offer to help, but yeah. Don't worry about it. Well, today, as much as I love you, Commander, like, I am way too far and gone to be of any help to you. So, like, it wasn't a... Stand by.
It would take me a couple days to get back to you and then get a ship that was useful. But yeah, you can get back to her, obviously. It's just going to be annoying as hell. So, guys, we say things like, don't fly without your rebuy. Don't fucking use the escape pods and the carriers. Just don't do it. I know you see the button and go, ooh, I want to touch it. Don't press it. It ain't worth.
Checking next star system.
We're just cruising today. And the starfield's not going to get any prettier. Cutter, Panther Clipper on the carry, it's fast transfers. Yeah, the problem is that depending on where his ships are, the cost of getting a Panther, a Clipper, or a Cutter out there may be like exorbitantly high. Like, I know that trying to transfer ships out to the carriers where we are will break even those of us that are
Navigation for
multi-billionaires.
next system.
So. Buy one and sell it back to that. Yeah, if the shipyard module is active.
Preparing for jump. Friendship ring engaging.
Managed transferring your Mandalay to the bubble for around 70 mil. Ouch! There should be at least one shipyard out in Colonia that will sell pretty much every ship. $70 million to transfer a Mandalay.
Vectors.
That's, yeah, I was going to say, that's several times what the ship costs. That's painful. Well, the good thing is the Mandalay can run the Neutron Star Highway fairly quickly. $300 mil for your Panther Clipper. Whoa. Again, several times the cost of the ship.
Entry guidance computations complete.
No, the cost of the ship, huh? I mean, but all you have to do is discover 3 Stratum Tectonicus and you've paid for that. Oh. Okay. You had to go in there for a second game. Oh, stop it.
Adjusting for jump. Interstellar travel mode engaging now.
A single body. How exciting.
Okay, executing now.
We've got so far to go. Who's digging me while I'm streaming?
Readying for system jump now. Hyperspace.
Um, I would love some more Guardian stuff. Absolutely.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now.
Let me pop a link to this real quick for some people. Because I don't have transcoding on Twitch today and it's causing issues. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I was just in a system, actually, the other day that had non-human signatures, but they were all Thargoids. All the way out here. There's Thargoid crash sites, which was interesting.
Course adjustment. Jump.
There we go. Well, we're going to find out what FDev is up to on Monday, I have a feeling. They did tease that new ship on their Twitter.
Leading system. Interstellar travel mode engaged.
they still have yet to tell us more about operations. So... Well, stars are getting few and far between out here. What sector are we in right now? We're still in the Formian frontier. So once we cross into the abyss, this just starts to get a little more sketchy.
Selecting next destination.
I mean, we're moving today, so we got a lot of territory to cover, so... And we will not be getting neutron stars out here.
Jumping to next
At
system.
least not consistently. Or any amount that
Interstellar
would
velocity at maximum.
be useful for fast travel. Oh, that's not supposed to be a display capture. Stop that from happening again. So anyways, while we're traveling, guys, I'm curious what you guys think about the time frames and stuff for this year with FTF. How many ships do you think we're getting? When do you think we'll actually see operations? What do you guys think they're actually up to?
Leaving system.
I'm betting 6 ships and no operations expansion until the middle of March.
Vectors.
Okay, come on. At least 3 suns here, okay.
Entry guidance computations complete. Jumping to next system.
Yeah, I wish we actually had a breakdown. I looked at their financials when they released them, and the net profit figures from the game aren't broken out from the rest of the company, but they did comment that revenues did experience a significant growth. Specifically, I think they said ship-related monetization grew by over 50% compared to previous year's equivalent period. But yeah, Jurassic World and stuff are the ones that really make them money. But they have said themselves that Elite is a not inconsequential part of their revenue these days. Which is good, because that way they'll keep pumping resources into it for us.
Readying for system jump now.
I just wish they would throw a little bit of tech resources into the game. There's a couple things that I just really wish they would fix, like just to bring a little bit more up to date. The anti-aliasing being one of the biggest ones. I don't need to look just to make sure. This game is still SMA. Is this game DX11 or is it DX10? Yeah, Odyssey is DX11.
Adjusting for jump.
Vulcan compatibility would be amazing for this game. I mean, granted, it still runs really well, but I could just... Some of the modern bells and whistles would be great. This game would benefit from ray tracing. That's for sure.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now. Frame shift now engaged. No anomalies detected.
All right. We're going to be running into more and more just single stars.
Jumping to next system.
I do actually agree with that. I would like to see maybe not a standard 2,000 light year carrier jump, but absolutely a way that you could overcharge his drive like we can do with our ships. And I would like them to revisit the original idea of specialized carriers a little bit more. Like a carrier meant to support combat ops. One was extra cargo capacity, meant to support cargo and transport operations. Something to do with, science, exploration. Like, I would very much appreciate that.
Selecting next destination. Adjusting for jump.
It's been interesting how many people got on board with my offhand idea from the video I put out the other day about maybe reworking exploration payouts. Like the idea of a big bonus for completely scanning like FSS, DSS, and then like totally scanning a system and getting a huge bonus. Like a lot of people glommed onto that. I'm kind of surprised because it was just really an off the cuff idea. It makes sense. It's just
Preparing for jump.
we can't get even infested paint jobs. Like, I know, right? I can make my ships ugly as sin at Christmas. Why can't I do the same thing to my carrier? I want to put a 100-foot tall inflatable snowman on the flight deck of my carrier that everybody has to look at when they land. It's a relic of the way FDev was handling the game for a few years, where they would iterate, but not fully. They would put a concept into the game and then kind of call it done. They seem to be coming out the other side of that now,
Locking next star
and
system.
kind of hopefully moving away from that. I view the cleanup and retweak to on-foot combat as a good sign in that regard. Hopefully with operations we'll see some more of the same. This is a big system. We're going to take a look at the FSS real quick. Now, I wish they would also fully implement VR for Odyssey, but I don't think they're going to. And if my suspicions about what they're doing with operations are anywhere close to right, they're definitely not going to, because operations is going to make it even freaking harder for them to do it. Nothing useful in this system.
Course adjustment.
I hope so. I think they're doing a lot with operations, and I think that's going to define the capabilities of what they can do going forward for a decent amount of time. Which is why I hope that I'm not reading between the lines too much and that they are actually getting up to something I think they might be with operations. Hold on, I just want to look at that. Yeah, this is how far out there we are. They've dropped a few hints, notably in an interview with Epic Games. Pardon me, something in my eye.
Executing now.
About, for example, having to deal with
Engaging.
grenades not bouncing but just traveling in a straight line in 0G in relation to operations. So there may be a 0G combat component to operations, which is going to be a whole kettle of worms for him to work out. I could definitely tell you that from playing Star Citizen. Yeah, we've only got 3 ways out of this system. We are getting out there. They're also really going all in on the bespoke mechanics in the ships, and I think that's going to hit operations as well.
Navigation for next system.
Things like the Type 11's cannon, or the
Frameship now engaging.
like the way the Type 8 closes, or the Type 11 folds up when you open its cargo scoop. That friggin' oversized thruster on the Corsair. The Caspian and its supercharged and its glide mechanics, things like that. Like, they're really going all in on those. So I don't see it being very long before that starts touching on foot. I'd also like them to go back to some of the SRV stuff they wanted to do. Back in the original concept art for the game, if you guys are familiar with the Australian concept of a road train, where they take one tractor trailer and hook like 6 or 7 cargo trailers up to it, up to the tractor. Like, they have concept art of a freight style SRV, like hauling like 3 trailers across the surface of a planet. I would totally go to a planet and actually space truck between 2 bases, like drive a space SRV, like, and actually like fucking American truckers it on the surface of a planet somewhere. Alright, we've made 43 jumps. We're doing good, but boy, there's nothing but blackness in front of us.
Making the jump to light speed.
I need to look, but if we haven't crossed into the abyss yet, we will be soon. Yeah, we're getting there. No, there's lots of interesting scenarios there because, and I may be preaching to the choir here because a lot of you guys that follow me will probably know this already, but if you don't, there's no artificial gravity in Elite Dangerous. So there's lots of interesting things they can play with there. We don't have magic Star Trek and Star Wars style anti-gravity in this game. Or artificial gravity, sorry.
Stand by.
That's why, like, if you listen, sometimes when you get out of your ship on the station and you hear it talk about your gravity boots engaging. Like, we don't have artificial gravity. That's why space stations spin. So the insides of megachips, which is where some of this stuff is supposed to take place for the operations, I feel like could have some interesting stuff going on. Again, it would be more awesome if they'd get the full VR implementation working. Because we all know there's plenty of commanders that play this game in VR exclusively.
Adjusting for jump.
I play it in VR. I just don't play it in VR and stream because VR streaming is stressful as hell. To me, at least. Wrong button. That's a rare miss on my part. Well, have a look at our systems real quick while we're in normal space. We're pretty okay. Greeny, 61 months in a row with Prime. Thank you, sir. How are you, my green friend?
Entry guidance computations complete.
Whoop. All right. "22 bodies all the way out here." That merits a look at a pure curiosity. No way there's an Earth-like out here. Uh, 3.5 hours sleep schools are one kind of messed up. Greeny. Belt clusters. Landable and terraformable, huh? Interesting. Another landable and terraformable. I mean, I kind of assumed it was your own fault, sir. Project. You've been going to bed but watching movies on your ceilings. Yeah, see, this is the problem with being this far out. This is going to be map dirty. Projector is for the purposes of projecting D&D maps. Ah, okay, sir.
Readying for system jump now.
So we're to the point where we're not going to see a lot of other live undiscovered stuff, probably. I could maybe cut it down to, like, if we weren't in a relative hurry, I could cut down to economical, but I mean, stars out here are pretty spread out.
Navigation for next system. Adjusting for jump.
Like, we're more or less locked in now. So projecting D&D maps would be neat, but my D&D is done over Discord, so map won't help me that much.
Vectors. Frameshift now engaged. No anomalies detected.
Oh yeah, I love Elite on my Steam Deck. That's how I got a lot of my colonization done. Technically, I'm running a Star Wars 5e game, which is a different and somewhat more annoying beast than running D&D. Oh yeah, Zookeeper. Most of my bases they are built in my colonized systems were done while I was watching TV and doing it on my Steam Deck, because you don't really need a whole lot of brain power to run boxes back and forth with a cargo ship. So I could just kind of do the bare minimums. Star Wars 5e is essentially a Star Wars skin over D&D. But some of the stuff that they tried to hammer into it is a little awkward of a fit, like ship combat, and gear progression is mainly reliant on enhancing your weapons with stuff instead of necessarily getting all new gear all the time. And there's some utterly overpowered shit. I haven't actually seen a ROG in person, because they didn't exist when I got my Steam Deck, basically.
Selecting next destination. Hyperspace, checking systems now. Complete.
Speed. Ah.
Preparing for jump.
I usually connect through our Wi-Fi, which is 3 gigs up and 3 gigs down, so that's not a big problem. I have taken it over to like my mom's house where she's got like 500 down and 20 up, and it works reasonably well.
Locking next star system.
Take a look at how many jumps we've come here in just a minute. I mean, we are rattling off the distance, but it's still a long-ass ways. Yep, about to cross out of this sector. 87 jumps. We're doing actually pretty damn good. Still in the Fulmarian frontier for another few jumps, and then we'll be in the abyss. Now we're going on a road trip this for spring break. It'll be interesting to see how the Steam Deck does on that.
Jumping to next system. Leaving system. Maximum velocity.
Charging.
Readying for system jump now.
Yeah, the sky is almost black. That's disturbing in a way. Although you can get this same experience a lot closer to the bubble.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now.
Oh, Chester, my arm hurts, buddy. The dog's like, yeah, shut up, man. You did this to yourself. Stop overheating.
Vectors. Friendship now engaging.
Yep, there it is. So to get an idea of how far we've come, here's my carrier. And there's Founder's World. There's Earth. So we are out here, folks.
Entry guidance computations complete.
That's a bright boy. That's a real bright boy.
Standby. Interstellar velocity at maximum.
Didn't expect to actually overheat there. Gross. Oh boy, another Class A. Here we go.
Preparing for jump.
Whew, sorry, I had to take a stretch break there.
Frame shift now engaged. No anomalies detected.
Wormhole technology.
Navigation
What do you
for next
mean?
system. Maximum velocity engaged. Jumping to next system.
Oh! Which space? That's not necessarily brew record. That's also how capital ships jump.
Selecting next destination. Faster than light velocity reached.
That's a older form of FSD tech than what our ships use. It's instead of opening like a little hole like we do, they open a tunnel, which is a lot more dangerous, supposedly, but also more accurate and longer ranged. But it can only be used by ships, large ships like that can power it.
Adjusting for jump.
Like back before fleet carriers existed, it was only capital ships, and to this day, capital ships are a hell of a lot scarier than fleet carriers going in and out of hyperspace.
Course adjustment.
Another bright boy. Other star types did I not encounter last time I was out here?
Locking next star system. Hyperspace velocity reached.
How far do we have to go now? We started out at 9,000 light years. What, 4,000? We've rattled off almost 5,000 light years already. It just gets sketchier and sketchier from here on out, though.
Vectors.
There's only one way to come and go from Beagle Point on this expedition, I think, so... What I would like to see is some more adaptation of Guardian tech or even Thargoid tech
Readying
into
for
our
system
ships.
jump now. Course adjustment.
Right. Moving on.
Selecting next destination. Jumping to light speed.
That's 100% what we're doing for dinner tonight. Sorry guys, I was literally dinner browsing while I was jumping there. Anything interesting in this system? Nope.
Stand by. Jumping.
Szechuan Mansion Hot Pot at the Arbo, Greeny. Actual Chinese style hot pot instead of Korean. because she wants me to grill a dead cow tomorrow instead of go out to dinner on Valentine's. So I have not. I've been to K-Pot, but that's, you know, Korean style. So it's been a long time since I've had Chinese hot pot. The place is relatively
Interstellar
new.
travel mode. Engaging now.
I think it's where the McAllisters used to be. Definitely, sir, because I do love good Chinese-style hot pot. I'm not going to be able to give you the full experience, though, because I'm not going to be able to get spicy broth. Looking at their menu. Because if we do it like it looks like on the menu, we're going to have to, Megs and I are going to have to agree on a broth, and she ain't going to go for spicy. Not like I would.
Okay, executing now. Interstellar travel mode. Engaging now.
You know, this looks like they're going full traditional, where the table shares the pot in the middle. At least looking at their pictures. If not, I'll let you know. 'Cause, yeah, I do like that about K-Pot. I'll get the spicy broth and like just numb my tongue out with the Szechuan peppercorns.
Leaving system.
Oh, they do a half and half. Okay. Cool. They don't look like they're as expensive as K-Pot either. K-Pot can cost some money.
Interstellar travel mode. Engaging now.
Still making very good time jump-wise.
Jumping to next system.
Okay.
Navigation for next system. Frameshift drive engaging.
They offered DoorDash? That seems odd. I was just up at the Arbo this morning. That's what gave me the idea to the place. Maybe that's what that drone delivery, that DoorDash drone delivery lot there is for. Where the, right next to the Taco Bell.
Preparing for jump. Frame shift now engaged.
That fucking Taco Bell. If I'd have known what I was getting into when I walked into that place, I wouldn't have gone there. It took me half an hour to get 2 tacos and a Mexican pizza. Like, your whole deal is supposed to be fast food. I could have made the damn things myself. And better quality, too. This delivery fees. Yeah, you're a little outside their radius, I'm sure, my dude.
Entry guidance computations complete.
Build your own dry pot.
Locking next star system.
It's an interesting idea. Duck blood is an option. You know there's a very good sushi joint in the Arbo these days, don't you? Not quite as good as New Zealand Grill over in Monroe, but very few things are as good as New Zealand Grill.
Leaving system. Hyperspace jump engaging.
Well, over in the corner where the coffee shop used to be when we were in high school, there's a, it's right next to where Acropolis used to be. There's a joint called Sushiya. They were voted best sushi in the city a couple times. It is phenomenal. Still not as good as New Zealand Grill, but near where the music store used to be. It's moved. But yes.
Jump into next system.
There's a Ben and Jerry's over there at one point too, I think. God World. Ah, game hell. miss them.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now. Hyperspace.
We're there and use somebody here. Some tent walking in with a beer, some chairman placed in the food court. Oh, who was that?
Readying for system jump now. Interstellar travel mode engaged.
That honestly sounds like the kind of shit that me and Mike Stead would have done. Oh, hello, son. Yeah. Shit, son, you can go to the Harris Teeter near where Megan's parents live and get a glass of wine to put in your shopping cart and
Stand by.
walk around, or, you know, sit there and listen to the live viola player. Shit's ridiculous. Hold on, I could get you first-hand testimony on that one. Dennis.
Entry guidance computations complete. Making the jump to light speed.
All right. I hate that ominous the abyss on top of the jump chart.
Vectors.
Looking at the public's request, getting tired of lack of stability with the restaurants, plus getting tired of lack of benefits. I hear you. Is there a Costco near you? I've heard Costco pays extremely well.
Course adjustment. Jumping to light speed.
I'm close to me now. No, the one in Indian Land is, if you're talking about the one in 521, it's open. That's where I got Megan's sourdough bread kit for Christmas. Nice store. I mean, shit happens. Like, there's so much going on these days. Maybe not out of the loop, is more overloaded by the loop.
Selecting next destination. Navigation for next system. Interstellar travel
Gone.
mode. Engaging now.
Okay, suddenly blacked out cockpit. Come on. Clear the zone. There we go. Alright.
Adjusting for jump.
Okay. Y-type star. Ah.
Preparing for jump. Jumping to next system.
We're getting close. In the grand scheme of things. Still got a decent number of jumps to go, but we're at 47. I mean, we're coming up on 100 jumps here. Guys see me looking to the left, I'm looking at the dog.
Okay, executing now.
Bright light, bright light. I am in fact a space gremlin.
Locking next star system.
Venice in space. Yeah, Venice can't be bothered to fly her own ship, though. That's why she plays Star Citizen these days. Because she can be a slug and ride in one of our ships. Oh, Chester, dude, go get me some Advil, man. My arm hurts. Wow, can't type today.
Okay, executing now. Jumping.
Oh, another bright boy. The big star.
Locking next star system. Interstellar travel mode engaging now.
Or 65 light years. Come on. Not even taking advantage of our full jump range.
Jumping to next system. Hyperspace jump engaging.
Planets, and one jump out. Yeah, traveling not the most exciting thing in this game sometimes, guys. Sorry.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now. Frame shift now engaged. No anomalies detected. Selecting next destination. Faster than light velocity reached.
Boom, here we are. I mean, the amount of jumps we have to make before the end of the stream is completely reasonable. $66.6 light years. Oh no. Chester, it's the mark of the beast. And I don't mean you.
Leaving system. Frameshift now engaging. Course adjustment. Hyperspace.
Okay. Let's see, we're starting to get into an area of space where they're so evenly far apart that even my jump range is overkill.
Readying for system jump now.
All right.
Vectors. Frameshift now engaged.
A lot of belt clusters.
Adjusting for jump.
Oh, hadn't seen one of these in a while. Round and around we go.
Stand by. Interstellar travel mode engaged.
Not a lot left to say at this point, guys. It's just turn and burn the whole way. Ow.
Entry guidance computations complete.
Blue, white, okay. Good fuel star.
Navigation for next system.
There we go. Actually getting sleepy.
Preparing for
That's
jump.
never good.
Making the jump to light speed.
That's what, 31 jumps, okay.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now. Maximum velocity engaged.
Ah, my back itches. I'm just a mess today, chat. Back is itching. My arm is about to fall off.
Navigation for next system.
We will arrive at Beagle Point today.
Vectors. Adjusting for jump. Frameshift drive engaging.
Alright, what do we got here? These things are eye-searing.
Readying for system jump now.
No, I don't even know why I bothered to open an ED observatory today. We barely used it.
Leaving system. Interstellar velocity at maximum.
Voice attack is still nice to have just for the background announcements, but... Land safe distance, go.
Course adjustment. Adjusting
Ooh,
for jump.
excuse me. There's that feeling. I do wish that booted up a little faster.
Locking next star system. Maximum velocity.
Oh, that's going to be the system fully scanned. Yep. Love those.
Jumping to next system.
I haven't touched the throttle in like an hour. Oh, we actually have a neutron out here.
Okay, executing now. Hyperspace, checking systems now. Complete.
This is what I get for my comment about the throttle.
Charging the FTL drive. Stand by.
Another neutron star?
Hyperspace velocity reached.
Right, so peeling another 400, almost 500 light years off the distance right here.
Charging the FTL drive.
Fuel starts the primary. Perfect.
Preparing for jump.
Time to tank up. Nope, that didn't take long. Alright, jump into a T class.
Selecting next destination. Frame shift now engaged. No anomalies detected.
Hmm, 14 buddies. Class M, right? More fuel, good.
Entry guidance computations complete. Interstellar travel mode. Engaging now.
Another red dwarf.
Leaving system.
Class Y. That's not okay. But we're just carving our way across this sector, so not too worried about fuel with this ship.
Stand by.
Another Class Y.
Jumping to next system.
Yeah, don't want to hit that gravity well. Class T.
Okay.
Fortunately for me, this thing will go away on a full tank.
Friendship now engaging. Navigation for next system.
All right.
Interstellar travel mode engaged.
It's about time for a fuel star. This is where it's getting sketchy because there's not a ton of fuel stars out here.
Selecting next destination.
Okay, good. We're getting down to single-digit jumps soon, too. We are going to completely top the tank off in the ship here. You can see how low we're running.
Jump. Warning.
Yeah, we are bingo fuel. All right, here we are in the abyss. Beagle Point's only a few jumps away. And we are full. God bless this fuel scoop. Ten jumps. So we've rattled off 900 or 9,000 light years in about 2 hours and 40 minutes by the time we get done with this. Class M. We will top off on every single star that we can between here and Beagle Point.
Vectors. Maximum velocity.
Okay.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now. Entry guidance computations complete. Readying for system jump now.
Alright. This is exciting, guys. I haven't been to Beagle Point in years. Literal years. That's cool.
Course adjustment.
God, the lack of stars is just freaky. Freaky deaky. Alright.
Adjusting for jump. Jumping to next system.
This last little bit is what used to be so scary. Like the part that we're in now. It's really not a concern anymore. Just another sun over there. Just hanging out. No big deal.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now.
Only 2 more jumps.
Preparing for jump. Frame shift now engaged. No anomalies detected.
All right. Here we go.
Readying for system jump now. Faster than light velocity reached.
There we are, folks. We have arrived at Beagle Point. There is Distant Worlds pillar, just a... We're going to land at Odysseus real quick. Before we wrap up, we will explore around Beagle Point for those of you that have never seen it on the next Elite stream. But I'm getting pretty close to having to wrap up, so we're just going to take care of some light housekeeping real quick. Request docking.
Requesting docking bay.
Landing gear. All right, and let's head over to...
No gravity. Magnetic contact active.
Welcome. Ah, you have some data to sell. Our scientists are keen for new data.
That's 54 million. So actually 163 million.
Thank you for your contribution to our research.
You are welcome. Alright guys, as we wrap up for the day, thank you for hanging out with me while we made this 9,000 light year jump. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to be doing Star Citizen this weekend. Elite will pick back up on Monday. And we will be moving on to the next waypoint at that point. But we will explore around Beagle Point for those who have never seen it. It is interesting where we are. Just in terms of being so far away from everything. For now, I'm going to get away from the carrier just a little bit. There is the galaxy. Right there. And that'll do it, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys tomorrow.